Welcome to Take Two with the Rock 95 morning crew. Craig, Kat, and Brian. Although Kat is away today, so special guest co-hosts, our very own MJ.
Hi.
Filling in. And a good time for you to fill in, too, because you're going to be going away and leaving us to go to New York City for a little bit.
You're going to sing it, Craig.
Oh. New York. Which song?
New York.
I left that up to you.
There's a lot of New York songs.
So many.
This isn't your first time going there, right?
No, this will be my fourth. I'm
What?
gonna say. Yeah, this will be my fourth
She's
time.
a New Yorker. There you
But
go.
I
Can I see your paychecks? What are you getting around here? You're getting 4 times the New York. That's not a cheap trick.
No, it is not a cheap trip. But this is probably the first time in 7 years, though. Like, it's been a long time.
First time you're taking the kids.
First time I'm taking the kids, so it's going to be a different trip.
So have you done everything in New York then?
Oh, definitely.
That there
not.
needs to be done?
You
Come
cannot
on,
do
Craig. That's
everything
a
in New
crazy
York.
question.
That's a
Well,
crazy
I've never
question. I can't do
been. I don't
everything.
make as much money as MJ.
And there's some things that I just don't want to do in New York.
What
that
don't you wanna
everyone's
do?
like, I don't care about the Empire State Building because that's just a tourist trap.
Really interesting.
Yeah, and I don't really care about going. Like I see the Statue of Liberty from far away. I don't feel like waiting in line for forever to get on the ferry, drive.
Well, that's all it is,
go
too.
by
Yeah,
it.
you get on a ferry, and then you go
Right.
buy it.
And it's you're cold, and then you go back, and you've wasted hours and
Yeah.
hours of your day. And time is limited in New York City. You've got to
A
get
New
in the
York
things you really want to do.
minute.
Yeah. What about Saks Fifth Avenue? You been there?
No, and I should.
You
I
never
want
been- you
to.
going to
He's probably
Saks?
been with my husband, and he's like, he doesn't really want to go shopping, but I think I will this time.
Okay.
That's an expensive street.
It is.
So she is making a lot of money.
Window shopping only.
You are going to the Macy's Day Parade.
Yes, we're hoping
And
to.
have you done that before?
Never done that before.
Yeah,
And I'm very excited.
I
for
love
that.
the Macy's Day Parade. I love watching it on TV.
It's the best parade.
It is. It's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine to just kind of, and I don't care for when they stop and do this contrived choreographed dance. That kind of stuff can go by. I just
Right.
love the floats. I love Garfield.
Yeah.
He floats by.
Woody
It's cool.
Woodpecker's always a big
Woody
one, too.
Woodpecker. Yeah.
Bring him on.
And I'm personally very excited this year because Cher is going to be opening for Santa Claus at the Macy's Day Parade.
Really?
Cher is Santa Claus's
Cher
opener.
is going to be there.
That's a big opener.
It is a big opener. She's
Wow.
it's the Christmas album and everything like that. I'm like, I just want to see Cher.
You know what? There has been times in the past, though. I watch Macy's Day Parade all the time. I've been there. There is some times where the musician is just on a float, not singing.
Oh,
and
really?
their
Just
music's
waving?
playing.
Oh, that's
And they're like,
funny.
and here it is. And you're like, oh, it's not a performance. Eh?
Yeah,
Thought it
okay.
was.
You know, I waited like in line for this for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. To watch it.
Have you prepared your kids for the Macy's Day Parade? Because this is parades are great and everything, but they sometimes can be just kind of plain Jane.
They
This
can
is
be.
special.
This is special. So my son, he's 11 years old, and I was like, I want to go to the Macy's Day Parade, and he's a parade, and I get it. I'm like, buddy, normally I would understand, but the Macy's Day Parade is next level, and this is a flex, kid. You're gonna say you went to the Macy's Day Parade. It is
Absolutely.
a flex. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he like understood. I'm like, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
And my daughter's excited for it because after I told her there's a giant bluey balloon, she lost it.
Right.
Yeah, so she's like, bluey, and that's all she can.
There's a bunch we won't recognize as adults.
So many.
For
We go,
sure,
"What?
yeah.
Like,
Who's
that's
that?"
a kid.
The Diary of the Wimpy Kid thing. Yeah.
Some YouTuber, Ryan from Ryan's World. Apparently, I'm like, what? No.
What other flexes? That's a good one. You got other flexes that you're doing when you're there?
Yeah, definitely Rockefeller to skate on the Rockefeller rink.
Okay.
Famous.
Want to do
Yeah.
that? Yeah, got to do that.
In front of the tree.
In front of the
Which
tree.
would have been a flex, but it's not going to be on while you're there.
It'll
Sorry.
be on.
MJ.
It'll be up and it won't be on. Can you just turn it on for me?
I know.
I do have the flex from a couple years ago when I went and saw the Saturday Night Live stage, and that was sweet.
That's cool.
Oh, you did the
That's
tour?
cool. I did the tour, and that was sweet. That was great. Oh. That is worth it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a good flex.
Well, every city you think has their flex. Like if you were to go to Toronto, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, people would say the CN Tower is a flex.
For
Hockey
sure.
Hall of Fame?
Hockey, yeah, maybe.
You can see the
If
Stanley
you're an
Cup.
Yeah.
NHL fan, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
We went to Minneapolis, my brother and I in the summer, and I was just thinking as you were saying flex, I'm like, they don't have a flex.
They don't have a
I mean, we went to go see some sports. That's cool.
Yeah.
Mary
that's-
Tyler Moore, did you say that she was from there? Or did
I
you
didn't
say
even
so?
know that existed. So Mary Tyler Moore isn't from there, but the show was filmed in Minneapolis, right? The intro was filmed. The show itself probably
Was
wasn't
it?
filmed. It's just where she throws her hat. So that's there, and as we're walking, we see that there, and we're like, oh, that's cool. I don't know if it's a flex if you don't know it's there. You kind of have to know it's there and go see it as a tourist attraction.
I think I got a more embarrassing one.
What's that?
People, when you go to Detroit, no one cares, but they do ask one question. They go, did you go to the duty free? And I go, yeah. And they go, nice.
Craig's List.
All right, let's get to some of the trending topics for the week. Winter Wonderland Fest, or Wonderland Winter Fest, I guess is what it's called, is kicking off this weekend, which is cool. This is, of course, a Canada's Wonderland.
So I didn't realize the rides are open.
Yeah, well, not all of them. I don't think they can safely throw them all open.
But still, some of them is a surprise to me.
But
It's
enough
cold.
of them.
I've been on a few of them at Winterfest, and it's even like the kiddie rides are still up in the air a little bit. Like, ooh,
Yeah, you're grabbing something that's metal, maybe. I go gloves.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't do the Windseeker at Winterfest. I don't know if that would be.
You're not doing that any time of the year, Craig.
Probably not. But you said it's a great time. It's pretty. The lights are shining, right?
It's a vibe. The lights are on.
Yeah.
Going back to skating rinks, you get to skate in front of the little mountain that they got going on. Lots of performers, lots of good treats. It's awesome.
Yeah, and it kicks off this weekend and goes right through until January. Although I think it does stop on weekdays. It's kind of a weekend thing. But
Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah. All right. There's a snake pizza. Did you hear about this? This was big news. This was in Hong Kong, where they actually. Have you ever tried snake, MJ?
No.
I think Brian has.
I had
Have you?
rattlesnake.
Yeah, he had a
You
little
had
rattlesnake.
Where'd you have rattlesnake?
Yeah, in Banff.
Yeah. Killed it himself.
They do that. That's right. Yeah, they have that stuff. Yeah.
And it was literally the tiniest bit, like a bite. Yeah.
And how was it?
Nah, it's not that memorable.
No.
No. I'm not
was it like
ordering
chicken?
it. Yeah, it is kind of
Like
like chicken,
chicken?
I would
More
say.
chewy,
but you
more
know when they
gamey?
describe something like that, kind of like chicken, it's also kind of not.
Yeah. No, it's not chicken.
Right.
You know what I'd rather have? Chick.
Yeah.
Anyway, the pizza has shredded snake meat along with the black mushrooms and Chinese dried ham on it.
I try the dried ham before I try the fruit before I try
Really?
the snake.
I-
The
dried ham sounds disgusting. I'd rather have the snake.
I don't know if I've had dried ham.
Yeah,
I feel like it would be
exactly.
like jerky or something.
Yeah, maybe. I guess.
Ugh.
Anyway, snake meat's good for it. It's good for your blood flow.
All right.
That's what they market it as.
That's what they
because they
market
don't
it.
say anything about the taste. They go, listen, it's good for you. It's good for you. That's how we get it in you.
They do say it pairs well with cheese, which
Well, everything
Okay.
pairs well with cheese.
Well, that's true.
You know what else is good for blood flow? Baby aspirin. Just take one of those.
baby aspirin.
There we go.
Yeah, it's not as fun, MJ. Come on. The Royal Canadian Mint was revealed earlier this week with King Charles, so we're going to get him going forward on the coins.
The biggest change, I mean, in so many people's lives, right?
Yeah,
huge,
pretty
yeah.
much. It's the first time in 70 years that Canadian coins will actually have a king on them.
It's going to look bizarre.
It is going to look bizarre, and it does look bizarre because it doesn't look anything like them, in my opinion.
Is it every coin? Do we know, or is it they're just starting off with maybe the loonie?
I think it's every coin. I think it'll take a while to get out there. Somebody did say it looks like Grandfather George.
Grandfather. George.
Yeah, as opposed to King Charles. So
yeah.
Grandfather George was a more handsome man.
I guess so.
Anyway, they did it on his 75th birthday.
And he's no crown though. I can't get over that.
Yeah, he's
'Cause
crownless.
Elizabeth had the crown, didn't she? Had
She
the
did have the
always.
crown.
Well,
yeah.
I feel like she had some without the crown.
Really?
Because it changed over time, right?
It
Sometimes
did.
with crown, sometimes without. It's a
Yeah.
big mix of it.
That's true. I don't know. I think it's weird.
There's a highway in China that's trying a very unorthodox tactic to try to keep you awake on the roads. They're throwing lasers on the highway. Now, this isn't in eyesight. They're not going to blind you because that's a very terrible tactic.
Unless you're in a very high vehicle.
Unless you're driving a double-decker bus, I guess. No, this one sails over your head, so they're on the street signs that are on the overpasses there. And, yeah, you get a laser light show to try to keep you awake.
It's wild. It's beautiful to see.
It looks
is.
great, but it's a show. It's a distraction.
Certainly is.
Yeah.
So people won't fall asleep, but there's something else going on.
No, exactly. And if you got some soft Pink Floyd as you're driving down the road and
Trippy.
you're tripping out there, man, I don't
Pop a
think...
gummy and you're all
And there's a store in Washington, D.C. that's done stocking toilet paper on its shelves. They've had it because people are robbing the store of toilet paper at an alarming rate.
Which we all know toilet paper comes in pretty big packages.
It's awkward to steal.
My lord, is it ever?
Yeah.
You can't put that under your jacket or anything.
No. If you get one of those 72 packs, you need two people to carry that
That's right.
out.
You gotta go on the shoulder.
Forget the television, honey.
It's
Grab the Charmin.
It's kind of funny though. So this is the store CVS, and what they've done is they've put pictures with frames, complete with frames. So it kind of looks like when you go into like a Bed Bath and Beyond, and you see these nice picture frames with
Right.
generic people in it. Instead, there's generic toilet paper. You want some Charmin? You got to point at it. You got to ring a buzzer, and then somebody will come out and bring the Charmin to you.
That's so
You gotta
bizarre
ring
to
a
me.
buzzer.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're doing this with lots of places in the States where, seemingly everyday items that typically don't cost a lot are high ticket items that people are stealing because I guess they're unaffordable now. And like deodorant is behind a locked case or something.
Is it really?
Like that. Yeah, I've heard of this happening.
Because I remember, razor blades have been behind a locked case since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Because apparently they're expensive. I also heard of detergents, like in New York City at bodegas are chained down to some places. So I'm like,
But
okay.
you'll go to a store and you'll see razor blades behind a locked case.
Yeah.
But the TVs are just in the middle
there.
in the wide open. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Have at it.
Listen to Craig, Kat, and Brian, the Rock 95 Morning Crew. Weekday mornings 5:30 to 10 on Barry's Rock Station, Rock 95.